Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Mic'd Up Savages. I'm here again with Murph, and we're back, and baseball season is over. We have the Dodgers have climbed the mountain finally after what 4 or 5? They've been in the World Series 5 years in a row, and they finally
I think four,
this is
not in a row,
this
but
was their
like
fifth. This was
this,
their fifth.
yeah.
Yeah, you're not in a row, but 16 they lost to the Cubs. The Cubs won the World Series. They lost 17 to the Astros when they cheated. World Series victory for the Astros. 18 lost to the Red Sox in the World Series when they cheated. 19 lost to the Nationals, who eventually went on to win the World Series. And then, of course, 2020 versus the Rays. Clayton Kershaw finally gets his ring. Solidifies his Hall of Fame, in my opinion. I thought it was a great series.
Yeah, I thought it was a really good series. I think it was better than what I expected. I honestly kind of expected a steamroll. I just think, not to say the Rays just weren't good. I just think talent-wise, the Dodgers were just way better, right, on both sides of the ball. I think they had a really talented rotation. I think probably the best in the league, honestly. They had a really good offense. Obviously, they're like number one throughout the whole season. And this is one of those cases where the best team won, right? This is something that doesn't always happen. Last year was proof. Nationals winning. They were definitely not the best team, but they played like the best team. And this year, the best team did it. Finally, they kicked down that door. They finally conquered the mountain, like you said, got over the hunch, and did what they're supposed to do, win a World Series, right?
Walker Buehler shoved. Kershaw shoved. Urias came in Game 7, gave him like 2 1/3 kind of thing, but he gave up 3 innings over he gave up 3 earned over like 29 innings or something.
Yeah,
Insane.
He's phenomenal.
And Cody Bellinger looking high as hell on field, man.
Yeah, he had a bit of a rough postseason, and that's kind of something that's like, he's got to be careful. He's starting to build a narrative that he's not really clutch in the postseason, right? I think the last couple postseasons, he just hasn't been there. But, fortunately enough for him, he had guys like Mookie stepping up, picking him up, Seager being huge, winning MVP. Congratulations to you, big guy. Well-deserved, right? Almost traded. Rumored to be traded before the season even started for Lindor, right? And then all of a sudden, says, hey, you don't want to do that, and proved it in a big way. Turner doing his thing, Muncy doing his thing. These are guys who really stepped up for him in the game when it mattered most. And Jock Peterson, too, another guy who was almost traded for like a sack of baseballs, right? Almost to the Angels, on a whim.
It went through, I think. It was like a step away from being confirmed, and then something in the trade got voided, and they just never traded it. So that's like huge for them because I think he contributed I want to say 16 home runs, something like that. For the Dodgers.
He's pretty significant in the postseason.
They stepped up. Won in Game 5, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, heck, and the bullpen, but everyone literally besides Kenley Jansen, it did good for them. They had
that one hurts.
I'm sorry, you blew the one game.
But boy, did he blow it.
Yeah, boy, did he blow it. You got Trinan stepping up. You have the rookie Victor Gonzalez stepping up and striking out big guys. Urias coming out of the pen. Who else? Dylan Floro coming on to strike out Randy Arozarena in Game 6?
Game 6, 3 changeups in a row, spotting them perfectly. Couldn't ask for a better, spot start for him or spot relief for him.
And then, besides the overall great season for NL rookie Tony Gonsolin, the Catman, great rookie year, just not a good postseason.
Yeah, just a rough postseason, but that's kind of to be expected. First postseason.
Growing pains, all those guys have. It's a fairly young core, I want to say, for the Dodgers, so they have control of them, and they have a lot of postseason experience, more than any other the young guys in the MLB. So it's going to be interesting to see. I think they could do it again. They'll definitely be back.
I think that they definitely. I think odds are they will be back in the World Series next year. I think as of right now, obviously they're the favorites, right? But yeah, they've retained pretty much all the talent, with maybe the exception of Turner at this point. Maybe Trinan, if he decides to walk. But they got the money to really sign those guys. They got the prospects and the farm system to keep going. They got options, and this is going to be a scary team for a little while. definitely be one of those dynasty teams.
They did it without Gavin Lux, their number one like what was he? The number one in baseball, I think he was, at one point?
Maybe at one point. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I know he's definitely their number one prospect by far.
Yeah. Without him, without their number one catching prospect, Keeper Ruiz, I mean, they have a lot, and they're going to be around. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with. Yep. Can we talk about how Manfred was like absolutely like just rattled by the fans?
Yeah,
rattled
dude.
When he was announced.
He looked bad. He looked rough out there. Yeah, I don't understand what happened to him. It just definitely wasn't. It was a tough look. It's a tough look. The fans really gave it to him. He sounded terrible. I think it was one of those things where one of the things I heard was like the reverberation in the stadium. You know, there's a delay on your voice, so he's probably like that was throwing him off. But you think as a commissioned baseball, you'd be used to that by now. I don't know.
Used to talking in front of people, kind of thing. Yeah. You're on live, like he's on live television talking in front of millions of people, and not a crowd full of 11,000. But I mean, Corey Seager, what, over 400, not like 9 homers, whatever. Insane postseason overall. The man was almost traded for Lindor. I mean, I think he's now like they're gonna make their cornerstone, but next to like right behind Mookie, I think. If not,
probably if Belly doesn't step up next year, right? I think if Belly returns to form, I think this was just a really rough season for him. I don't expect this moving forward, obviously, but you never know. You just don't. It's baseball. One day you wake up and you just can't hit the ball. You get the yips, can't pitch. But I don't think that's the case for Belly. I think he's going to bounce back strong next year. So, yeah, but Seager definitely part of that. I'd say core 3 of Mookie, Belly, Seager.
Yeah. And I think, again, Kershaw, I think he did great this postseason. Yeah. Finally proving the doubters wrong. I mean, now without a doubt, I think even if he didn't have a ring, he'd be in the Hall of Fame. But now, now that he has that ring and he's climbed the mountaintop, and he's pitched in however many postseasons, he's in, and he has the most strikeouts all time in postseason.
Yeah, I'm hoping that this also kind of sparks the fire and gives him that confidence. Hey, I can be a threat in the postseason, right? So hopefully he can build on this in next year. I think next year they'll definitely be in the postseason again, whether it's as good as they were this year, maybe not as good, but either way they'll be back in the postseason, and hopefully he'll be able to, remind himself that, hey, I can pitch at this stage again.
Forced to be reckoned with, and Urias looked as though he could be another ace. If he pitches like that every time, it's dangerous.
Yeah, and the Dodgers just got that embarrassment of riches, right? You got 3 or 4 starters who could all be aces. It's ridiculous.
Well, baseball fans, baseball is over, but the off season is definitely heating up. We have winter meetings coming up, I think, in a few weeks.
Yeah.
A whole lot of action happened today. We'll probably get into that sometime. Thank you all for tuning in for this 2020 baseball season. It was a hell of a ride, a roller coaster of emotions for baseball fans, especially for Rob Manfred, you scumbag. And
scumbag, bro.
Thank you all for watching. Have a good one. See you in the next one.